Right. Time to start the hunt. Marius, you will lead the preliminary search of the valley, but warn me before engaging the dragon. I will notify the local officials of our arrival. Once you have any information, come and find me and we'll head out. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. This will be a day to remember, Slayers. Now, hop to it. Not so fast, my eager newborn. Your mental state is still highly volatile, so I'm keeping you on a tighter leash. Don't worry, I have an assignment for you as well. Enter the town and ask the villagers about the dragon. Some are bound to have seen it. I share your skepticism to some degree, but we might as well hear them out. Do your job quickly and do it well. We need to destroy this Dragon Knight as soon as possible. Nice idea, but I'm afraid not. I'll most probably be in the barracks. The local captains and whatnots always want to talk to Slayers. Makes them think they're grander than the peasant sitters they are.
So that's the first real area in the game. Open area.
I bet that hurt. Good day, Dragon Slayer. Welcome to Broken Valley.
Welcome, Slayer. Broken Valley is a very quiet little place most of the time, but I won't complain. I don't envy the guards in other places in Rivellon who have to fight marauders each day. And as a soldier, you have all you need here. Barracks, a smith, and most importantly, a tavern. Man, my feet are killing me.
Hello, friend. I'm Wellesley, and I always welcome a chat, that I do. Dragons, you say? Yeah, interesting creatures, I'm sure. Never seen one, though. Not by me. I stand guard here all day. Can't very well leave my post to do some dragon spotting now, can I? No, as I said, I stand guard right here. A very responsible job, standing guard. It's a bit of a family tradition, actually. My father was a guard, and his father before him. Come to think of it, so was his mother. Assess. There's goblins. That's right, goblins. Pretty risky, no, goblins? I'd be sure to assess the goblins if I were you, Slayer. Please, come see me any time.
No, I won't.
So there, Slayer. Right good to see you. 'Cause I've got me something to tell you, Slayer. I've seen a dragon.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
Never mind him. I know what I saw. Last night I was looking out my window and I saw this great big beast in the sky. Right scared I was, so I hid in the closet.
If you knew Ollie better, you wouldn't be surprised.
Way back in the valley. Now go get the bleeding bugger, Slayer. That's what you're here for, right?
Never have I met such disgusting, such perverts. Funny is a perfectly nice name, whatever the connotations.
Here are your beers again, sirs.
Tell me, pretty, you in charge of the bedding too?
No, I'm just a waitress.
Then why don't you wiggle back for some more ale, eh?
Horrible seekers! I never saw such boorish behaviour in my life! Oh, would you, Slayer? Thank you so much.
Huh? What? Who are you? You're so funny. Oh, but Elsa of the Inn, I don't know where to begin. You bring the finest beer. I want to unhinge your brazier. This here Slayer wants some bruises, guys.
Seekers! What in the name of the divine is going on in here? Sir! Well, sir, we... You're blind drunk! This is an outrage!
Slayer, tell me what transpired here. Male bonding? Looks more like male mayhem to me. I see. Perhaps I should turn a blind eye to this blind drunkenness for once. Seekers, report to the barracks at once so the innkeeper can clean up the mess you've made. Off with you.
Another one to add to the collection. The lieutenant sure gave them an earful. And you kept your word. I'll make sure my prices drop each time you happen to fancy some of my wares. Elsa and I are right grateful. You're always welcome in the Black Boar. The Black Boar's favourite customer. What can I do you for? Yes, folks are coming back in, and the atmosphere is wholesome again. Nobody will look for a sack of gold in a bush by the chapel. Hope to see you again soon.
Shiny.
Oh, you did it! They're gone! I really feel I should reward you. You are too kind. Thanks, friend. I serve gallons of beer to mindless guards all day. I should really go to Alaroth and make a new career.
Shiny.
If you want a lot of loot, I suggest you take your lockpicking skills to the maximum as soon as possible, because otherwise you'll miss a lot of locked chests.
Good day, young slayer. What can this man of medicine do for you? Simple. Protection. Contrary to what you seem to think, it wards off something quite real. The insidious art of mind reading. Oh, no. Someone could steal valuable medicinal recipes. Yes, that's the reason.
You receive a nasty little shock.
Yes, the device works. Nice try, Slayer. But of course.
Who are you to disturb my musings? You see that giant boar's head mounted over the hearth? That beast terrorised the valley and claimed the lives of many a huntsman before I killed it some years back. And that is what makes me Rivellon's best hunter. But off with you now. I don't enjoy conversations with amateurs. Better check my storage for rats. So many of them in there. I use them as a password.
Now I know the password for his storage, so as you see, mind reading pays off very often. This book starts a little secret quest here in the tavern, where you can find a skill book, but at first you need to find these other books called strange books, and every one of them has a clue to where the next one is until you reach the skill book. Here is the second one. Probably it means it is next to or on top of the book pile, which is upstairs.
Shiny.
It probably means fire. Yep, here it is.
Shiny.
Give me then ye old word of passing. Latest model, newest magical properties, state of the art. Hey, you be the one that has to say things like, give me then ye old word of passing. Gold, more gold. Gold is all that man thinks of.
There's few ways to get the password for this card, but I usually just do mind reading. You can also get it from the quest.
Yes, 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 on with it. More gold you shall have.
Shiny.
Remember I mind read the tavern keeper's mind? Here's his gold bag.
You look quite pale, my son. What is it that weighs on your conscience?
I committed a sin, Father. I stole a fellow miner's pick and shovel.
Confession is the first step towards redemption, child. Make amends and you shall be forgiven. Welcome, Slayer. I am Romon, priest of the New Order, and I'm looking for an experienced warrior. Caution is a virtue, child. You're wise to let it guide you. Let me tell you something about this valley. Once it was the home of a mighty dragon lord, long before the divine had fallen. This dragon knight was slain, though I do not know by whom or what for. His spirit, however, survives to this day, and dwells in his now ravaged tower. As a slayer, you will probably have heard of him. His name is Lovis. Ah, I thought you would. Now, here's why I talked to you about this. I am very interested in the unique magical items that may still rest in this tower. I dare not enter it myself, however, and would like you to scout this ominous structure. I hope you will find something of interest. If you do, please let me know. I wish you the best of luck. Well, not that much, really. I do know he was the only child of Anastas, a queen of the ancient kingdom of Ferrol.
You'll need this lore about Lovis later in the False One quest.
But of his childhood or education, I know nothing. More famous, of course, are his martial exploits. He fought, in dragon form, a duel with Brom, another dragon knight. It took place high above this vale. He won by biting off his opponent's head. His mightiest accomplishments, though, were made during the Battle of the 10,000. He killed 600 Black Ring troops and 3 of their generals. It was called the Battle of the 10,000, by the way, because that's how many were killed between dawn and dusk that day. That's all I can tell you. Maybe Naberius knows more. He's very interested in Lovis and the history of this place. You can find him a bit further north down the valley, where he lives in his cave home. I have, yes. I went to visit the ruined chapel down the valley last week. When I returned at nightfall, I heard the sound of great wings. I looked up and saw the dragon. A frightful experience, I assure you. May you always enjoy the protection of the angels.
What are you coming around here for? Have you not helped me?
I enjoy gloating, Folo. You should try it sometime.
Miserable man. I bet you never felt affection for a thing in your life.
That's right, Folo. I never even stay for breakfast.
Intolerable. Just leave me be. Slayer, please listen. I'm in desperate need of help. It's me pigs, you see. The new order impounded 3 of them. But they're my pets and were never intended to be eaten. They say there's a famine somewhere, but I don't want to lose me little ones. Oh, bless you, Slayer. The pigs are over at Jackson's farm. Whisper Rosebud in Mark Kevin's ear, and they'll move to a safe location.
Welcome, traveller. I am Lamott, travelling merchant. Whatever it is you need, I have just the thing. I hail from Rivertown, where I work most of the time, but Adaroth and Broken Valley are always on my yearly trader route. It's a dangerous life, this, the travelling merchant business, but the new order provides good protection most of the time. Much needed protection, I dare say. Bandits and highwaymen are a real menace in the valley, not to mention the wyverns in the Oribus fjords. Boy, business is slower than an octogenarian slug. Only quality merchant.
You don't really need most of the books. They're just there for lore.
Hey there, Slayer! Can I interest you in some fine Nerican wine?
You know what I discovered? Have you heard what they say about the Slayers? They say they're as tall as trolls and just as strong. No way! I have to tell everybody! Slayer, have you heard? Upton told me he caught Lieutenant Lewis in the woods this morning with no pants on. Isn't it just frightful?
Another one to add to the collection.
Welcome to our town, Slayer. I'm Linda, the miller's daughter. I do, yes. Though he does the actual milling. I usually fetch the grain from Jackson's farm. With an escort of guards, of course. That can get a bit tedious. But Peavy and Quincy don't seem to mind. Not really. I mean, it's such a quiet little place. It was different a long time ago when the people used to call these lands the Valley of Shrines, and warlords were as numerous as the rabbits. The most exciting thing to happen now is a wild creature coming too close to the walls, or having visitors such as yourself. It's not that I mind this uneventful life, but I do hope to see the cities one day, and maybe even meet an interesting man. I just hope they're not all like that champion Ricky or something. I said hello and he pinched my... Well, a lady shouldn't tell. Why did I have to lose my coin purse in the chapel? I just hope I can sneak back in before Father Dominic collects it. Enjoy your stay.
Another one to add to the collection. Shiny. Shiny.
There's the key for the basement of this mill.
Yes, anything this old miller can do for you. That's how things work in Broken Valley, Slayer. We are completely self-sufficient with a mill, smithy, farm, and barracks. The tavern is the only real place of commerce, and is popular with traveling merchants and the odd traveler. Can't say I have. I rarely leave my mill, you see. I shouldn't hide the key in that kettle anymore. Nearly choked on it last time Linda made soup. Then I'll get back to it.
Another one to add to the collection.
Looks suspicious, doesn't it? Don't forget the 2 formulas on the table here.
Shiny.
What are you doing in this cellar? You went behind Buard's back, didn't you? The man upstairs. He's not a miller. He's an alchemist. But he's not as good as I, Abanayaba, oldest alchemist in Rivalon. I stay here, rooted underground, protected by Buard, who came here some 70 years ago. He pretends to be a baker, but in secret he and I explore the powers of plants and the elements. Oh, something about a contract on his head. You'll have to ask him about that. I actually stand far from here in what was called the Dark Forest, which may not even be there anymore since the Great War. Before traveling here, Buard took one of my branches and magically cultivated it to grow a new tree. So here I stand, as I also perhaps still do in that forgotten forest, twice alive or once dead. There is something a little different about this second me, though. I remember being a lot grumpier. Probably because it was raining all the time in that wicked wood. Buard's such a weird man sometimes. Who chooses the word Illuminatus as a storage password? Humans. Stupid bipeds.
Now I have a password for his storage, and I can make potions.
With pleasure. Farewell.
I see you're fond of my mill. Shh! Who told you? It was the tree, wasn't it? Curse that heap of talkative timber. I am the unfortunate victim of a hunt. A hunt by assassins. Oh, nothing like that, no, unfortunately. At least then I'd have thought it worth the sacrifice. Many years ago, I was a famed alchemist in the town of Verdistis. Until one day I was approached by a member of the Assassin's Guild. They ordered me to cure a sick member of their guild, and I tried to. But I mixed the wrong herb in his tea, and he died. They swore revenge. I fled here, but I think they finally tracked me down. I have the feeling I'm being watched lately. So at night I close down the mill and hope for the best. Even now, I still want to remain known as Upton to the good folks of this village. But if you, a slayer, would be courageous enough to defeat these hired killers, the reward would be great.
Oh, hello again, Slayer. You know, my father confided in you. Oh, I'm so glad he did. A Slayer can help us, I'm sure, but I don't know what to tell you. Maybe the assassins have been around, but we hardly venture outside anymore. Perhaps some of the other villagers saw something if they went outside at night. I know Roman the priest likes moonlight walks, and Folo's wife Rose has trouble sleeping sometimes. Captain Rodney usually stays up late as well. I'm so sorry I can't be of more help. Please, Slayer, look into the matter, would you? My father is very dear to me.